Eala Nation, something is very wrong in the desert. Today, February 10th, 2026, the tennis world is in a state of absolute disbelief. We started this week with high hopes, dreaming of a historic showdown between the two biggest stars of the new generation. We wanted the clash of the titans, Alex Eala versus Emma Raducanu. But in a shocking turn of events, the Qatar Open has turned into a graveyard for the sport's most famous faces. First, it was our champion Alex Eala. Despite reaching a career high of world number 40, she fell in straight sets to the Czech Wall Tereza Valentova. We were still processing that heartbreak, still trying to understand how a top 40 player could lose her momentum so quickly. But then, just hours later, the second lightning bolt struck. Emma Raducanu is also out of Doha. But the way it happened is what has everyone talking. Emma won the first set 6-2, looking like the champion we know. But then the energy vanished. The struggle became visible. After losing the second set 4-6 and falling 0-2 in the third, Emma Raducanu had to retire mid-match. She walked to the net, shook hands and left the court in tears. Two superstars, two global icons, both gone before the tournament even truly began. Is this just a coincidence? Or is there something the WTA is hiding? Fans on social media are calling it the Doha Curse. How is it possible that the two players with the biggest fan bases, the two players the organisers were counting on for ticket sales and TV ratings, both collapsed under the Qatar sun? Critics are pointing fingers at the WTA's brutal scheduling. Emma Raducanu had less than 48 hours to fly from her final in Romania to the courts of Doha. Alex Eala was pushed into a match against a dangerous qualifier immediately after her deep run in Abu Dhabi. These girls are not robots. They are human beings being pushed to the breaking point by a system that prioritizes television schedules over player health. Tonight, the Khalifa International Tennis Complex feels empty. The dream match we were promised, the match that was supposed to define the month of February, has been erased from the bracket. But as we dig deeper into the data, we are finding some very strange patterns. Why were both Alex and Emma struggling with their physical condition at the exact same time? Was it the heat? Was it the balls? Or is there a deeper issue with how the WTA is managing its most valuable assets? Over the next 15 minutes, we are going to expose the double disaster of Doha. We are going to look at the medical timeouts, the shocking retirement of Raducanu and the tactical collapse of Eala. We are going to ask the hard questions. Is the WTA 1000 system rigged against the players we love? And most importantly, what does this mean for the future of the 2026 season? Don't go anywhere. This isn't just a sports update. This is an investigation into the Doha Curse that has left millions of fans in the Philippines and the UK demanding answers. Now let's look at the evidence. When we talk about a curse, we aren't just talking about bad luck. We are talking about a system that seems designed to break the players we love. If you look at the calendars of Alex Eala and Emma Raducanu over the last 72 hours, the picture becomes very clear. This wasn't a fair fight, it was a scheduling nightmare. Let's start with Emma Raducanu. Just 48 hours before her match in Doha, Emma was in Romania playing the final of the Transylvania Open. Think about that for a second. She played a high-intensity final, dealt with the emotional roller coaster of a trophy match, and then had to board a flight, cross multiple time zones, and adapt to the humid desert heat of Qatar. The WTA didn't give her a week to recover. They didn't even give her 3 days. They expected her to step onto the court and perform like a machine. And what happened? Her body gave up. During the match against Camila Osorio, Emma had to call the doctor not once but twice. Her blood pressure was checked on court. She was visibly dizzy. This isn't just sport. This is pushing an athlete to a dangerous physical limit. And then we have our very own Alex Eala. Alex didn't have to fly from Europe, but she was coming off a brutal quarter-final run in Abu Dhabi. She arrived in Doha with the eyes of the world on her because of her new world number 40 ranking. But instead of being given a late start to recover, she was thrown into the early Monday session against a fresh qualifier. Tereza Valentova had been in Doha for a week, practicing, acclimating and waiting. Alex. She was still feeling the lactic acid in her muscles from the week before. This is the hidden truth of the WTA 1000 circuit. The big stars, the ones who bring the fans, are often the ones who are given the most punishing schedules because the TV networks want them on screen every single day. Even the world number 1, Aryna Sabalenka, recently called the 2026 schedule insane and unsustainable. She openly said that the WTA is not protecting the players' health, and today we saw the proof of that insanity. When you have two global icons like Eala and Raducanu both collapsing or retiring in the same 24-hour window, it's not a coincidence, it's a systemic failure. But why is the WTA doing this? The answer is simple: money. The Doha 1000 is a massive commercial machine. They need the big names to start early to keep the sponsors happy. But in their rush to make a profit, they are burning out the very players who make the sport worth watching. By forcing Alex and Emma into these trap matches without proper rest, they didn't just hurt the players, they cheated the fans. Millions of Filipinos were waiting to see the Eala magic. Millions of British fans were tuned in to see the Raducanu revival. Instead, we all got a medical timeout and a heartbreak. The Doha Curse isn't a ghost, it's a boardroom decision. It's a schedule that prioritizes clicks over careers. In the next part, we are going to look at the financial fallout. Exactly how much did the WTA and the broadcasters lose when these two stars walked off the court? And why are the fans now calling for a boycott? Don't go anywhere because the numbers will blow your mind. Eala Nation, let's talk numbers. Because in the world of professional tennis, matches aren't just played for trophies, they are played for money, ratings, and global influence. And the exit of Alex Eala and Emma Raducanu in the same 24-hour window isn't just a sports headline. It is a financial disaster for the Doha 1000. Think about the prize money at stake here. The total prize pool for Doha 2026 is a staggering $4.08 million. The winner of this tournament will take home $665,000. But for the tournament organizers, the real money comes from TV rights and ticket sales. And who sells the most tickets? Who brings the most eyeballs to the screens? It's Alex and Emma. When Alex Eala steps on court, millions of Filipinos from Manila to Dubai to New York tune in. When Emma Raducanu plays, the entire UK stops to watch. Broadcasters like Sky Sports, ESPN, and the local networks in the Philippines paid millions for the rights to show this tournament, specifically betting on a deep run by these two superstars. Now, with both of them gone before the second round is even over, the viewership is projected to crash by over 40%. That is millions of dollars in advertising revenue vanishing into thin air. And look at the prize money Alex and Emma themselves lost. Alex walked away with just $18,300 for her first-round appearance. Had she reached that third-round match with Emma, she would have guaranteed herself at least $49,250. That is a difference of 1.7 million pesos. But the loss for Emma Raducanu is even more mysterious. Emma has assets worth over £10 million, but on the court, her physical struggle is costing her dearly. By retiring today, she didn't just lose points. She lost the chance to build the momentum she so desperately needs for the 2026 season. But here is the hidden financial scandal. Rumours are swirling in the Doha paddocks that the organisers are furious. They had built their entire marketing campaign around the Battle of the Icons. They had billboards across Doha featuring Alex and Emma. They had VIP guests flying in from around the world to see the Wednesday night clash. Now those VIP boxes will be empty, and those billboards look like a cruel joke. Is it possible that the WTA is pushing these players too hard for the sake of these multi-million-dollar deals? The WTA 1000 events are now mandatory, meaning players face massive fines if they don't show up. But when they show up exhausted, like Emma and Alex did today, everyone loses. The fans lose, the sponsors lose, and the players' health is put at risk. So what is the WTA hiding behind these luxury hotels and massive prize checks? They are hiding a broken system where the biggest stars are being used as clickbait to sell tickets without any regard for their recovery or their future. In the next part, we are going to look at the fans' reaction, the anger that is boiling over in the Philippines and the UK. Why are people calling for a scheduling revolution? And what did the legends say about this Doha Curse? Stay with me because the truth is getting darker, but the anger doesn't stop with the fans. The biggest names in tennis history are now stepping up to speak the truth that the WTA doesn't want you to hear. As Alex Eala and Emma Raducanu were forced out of Doha, the words of the legendary Novak Djokovic began to echo through the tennis world once again. Djokovic, who has been fighting for players' rights for over 15 years, recently said that the current tennis calendar is not focusing on protecting the players. And he's not alone. Even the world number one, Aryna Sabalenka, has just labelled the 2026 season as definitely insane. Sabalenka openly admitted that she is willing to take the fines and the ranking point deductions just to protect her body from this brutal schedule. Think about that for a second. The best player in the world is choosing to be punished by the WTA rather than let the WTA break her body. This is the same insane schedule that Alex Eala and Emma Raducanu were forced into this week. According to the 2026 WTA rules, top players are obliged to play in all 4 Grand Slams, 10 WTA 1000 tournaments and 6 WTA 500 events. If they say no, they get a 0-point penalty and massive fines. It's a system of fear, and what we saw in Doha was the result of that fear. Emma Raducanu didn't want to retire. She was forced to because her blood pressure was dropping on court. Alex Eala didn't want to lose. Her muscles were simply exhausted from the back-to-back pressure of the tour. Fans in the Philippines are now leading a scheduling revolution on social media. They are asking why their champion, who just made history as world number 40, is being treated like a machine. Why was there no recovery time after Abu Dhabi? Why was the most marketed match of the tournament, Eala vs Raducanu, scheduled in a way that made it almost impossible for both girls to be at 100%? The WTA keeps saying that athlete welfare is a top priority, but the evidence on the court says otherwise. When you see Emma Raducanu being treated for dizziness and Alex Eala struggling to find her rhythm in the second set, you realize that the athlete welfare is just a PR statement. The real priority is keeping the tournaments running and the TV contracts active. Novak Djokovic warned us that the players are still not united enough to make a change. But today, with the double disaster in Doha, the fans are becoming the voice that the players are too afraid to use. The 2.5 million pesos that Alex lost today and the millions in ratings that the WTA lost are a direct result of this boardroom greed. But is this the end for Alex Eala's 2026 dreams, or is this the fire she needs to change her strategy? In the final part of our investigation, we look at the Dubai redemption. Can Alex break the Doha Curse in just 5 days? And what is her secret plan to survive the rest of this insane season? Stay with me for the final verdict. So where do we go from here? The heartbreak in Doha is real, the 0-10 Czech Curse is a fact, and the $1 million match against Emma Raducanu is gone. But Eala Nation, before you lose hope, I want you to look at the bigger picture. Because even in this defeat, there is a victory that nobody can take away from us. Today, Tuesday, February 10th, 2026, Alex Eala wakes up as the world number 40. Let that sink in. She has officially achieved what no other Filipino has ever done. She has broken into the elite top 40 of the world. Yes, the Doha match was a setback, but her ranking is still solid. She earned 10 ranking points and $18,300 just for being in the main draw. And because she has no points to defend from last year's Middle East swing, she is still in a position of power as we move forward. And the best news, the journey doesn't stop here. Alex is already looking ahead to her next big chance. Her next stop is the Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Championships, another massive WTA 1000 event starting this Sunday, February 15th. She is listed in the entry list, and this is her immediate chance for redemption. Imagine the story from a heartbreak in Doha to a comeback in Dubai. This is how legends are made. They don't stay down, they get back up, fly to the next city and swing again. After Dubai, Alex will head to the United States for the Sunshine Swing, the Indian Wells Open and the Miami Open in March. Remember, Miami is where Alex first broke through, reaching the semifinals in a historic run in 2025. These are the stages where she belongs. The 0-10 Czech Curse is just a hurdle, not the finish line. Every champion has a kryptonite, and for Alex, it just happens to be players from Prague. But she is already working on her serve and her stamina to ensure that next time, the second set belongs to her. So what is our final verdict on the Doha disaster? It was a tactical failure and a missed financial opportunity, yes. But it was also a massive wake-up call for the WTA. The double disaster of Eala and Raducanu has proven that the current system is broken. The fans are demanding a change, and the players are starting to find their voice. Eala Nation, I want to hear from you. Are you still standing with our champion? Do you believe she can break the jinx in Dubai next week? We are not giving up on the top 30 dream. We are not giving up on that Raducanu showdown. It will happen, maybe at Indian Wells, maybe at Wimbledon, but it is coming. Flood the comments with Lab and Alex and Top 40 Bound. If you enjoyed this 20-minute investigative special, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We are following every step of this historic 2026 season. From the tears in Doha to the glory that is coming next, we are in this together. Thank you for watching, thank you for being the best fans in the world, and remember, a champion isn't defined by how they win but by how they rise after a fall. Alex Eala is rising, and the world better be ready. Laban.